Hannah, we're here today for the year 2000 movie draft.
I'm just checking the thing.
And we have a great guest on the show, and it is a draft, so we have to invite Denny Just Fine McCarthy.
Thank you for having me. Back for more punishment.
Oh, so you won the first draft, then we won the second.
You cheated.
We won the second one.
You did something with the voting so that you made it really hard to vote, so you couldn't get friends to vote.
We
So
won.
you gamed the system to
We
get
won.
the victory.
We won.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah,
Oh, I got the notification.
we won. So today is all about year 2000. Why are we doing the year 2000, Denny? Well, it's because Hannah was born in the year 2000, so a special year. What happened in the year 2000?
well, we survived. We
Yeah.
survived.
It was huge.
Y2K 1999 was going to be everything was going to crash, and it didn't.
I remember being in the Queen's Park in Brisbane. Casino was closed. I used to work at the casino, and everyone was afraid that the pokies were going to blow up or something like that. So we didn't even stay open until midnight. We closed before midnight, and yeah, that was my memory. Yours?
Of 2000.
Yeah.
Well, I think my biggest memory of 2000 was a rugby game. So the greatest rugby game we ever played.
Yeah.
So that was between New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah.
At Sydney.
Sydney,
Was that before or after the Olympics?
Before. Yeah. It was like 110,000 people there.
Was there a US election that year? Was
It
was
was.
it Bush? Did he get
Yeah,
elected that year?
hanging Chad.
Yeah.
The Olympics was a big memory of mine. Every day something happening. Great Cathy Threeman winning, the boys winning the first night of the swimming. It was just huge. How do you great memories of year 2000? That is the year 2000. So we are drafting today. So we'll pick a draft order. The great Parramatta beanie.
The beanie.
And
Yes. There we go. That way, no cheating. No cheating. There we go.
Okay.
Who goes first?
Me. Yes. Yes.
Hannah,
You
you
should
should
have
pick
gone.
I
first.
should go first.
You should
Yes.
The fate had decided
No,
that
No,
no.
you want third's best anyway.
No,
Thanks
you
for
should
that,
pick
movies.
first. No. You should have picked out of the hat first because it's your birthday.
Oh, well, then give it to me.
Oh, my. Yeah, I gave it to you.
Alright. Am I doing another one?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
And second,
Yeah.
Hannah. Pete is
I'll
third.
take
So
I'll
I'm on the
take it.
turn, so I get 2 points for that. So snake draft. Okay, so
I got the worst, but also I just.
let's talk
We'll see
about
how it goes.
let's talk about the categories today. So the categories for today are selecting in action, Oscar nominee, comedy, horror/thriller, blockbuster worldwide with a box office of 100 million, the most Hannah movie. So you've got to explain why you chose that in honor of the great Hannah Mitchell. And then we'll go through our list at the end, and then we'll go honourable mentions of the year 2000. We had so many great movies that year. So Oscar just has to be a nomination. Okay?
Yeah. So it could be anywhere, just nominated.
Okay. Denny. Go.
Well, one thing I wanted to say before we started. So you've got your rankings, right? Movie rankings. Yes. Like
Yeah.
banger, all timer,
Yes.
golf clap. But if you were to rank the year 2000, give it a ranking, what would you do?
Before
I know what
before I watched this year, I was like, oh yeah, year 2000, man. But just rewatching some of these movies, it is a really solid year. I reckon it's a golf clap for sure.
Yeah, not like a massive outstanding, but just good movies.
Yeah, it's not like a 95 or a 99 or a 91.
Yeah.
But it's still good.
Yeah, I would have said golf clap as well.
What did you think? Because you watched these movies for the first time.
No, it's golf clap. It would only be worthy of like anything above it, just because of one movie. Everything else, though, is middle two. Okay. Like, some of them I think have just stayed in pop culture, but really, most of these movies just left behind and stayed in this year.
Well, let's get on to the draft. Daddy, go first.
Alright, so I'm going to select Oscar nomination first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to go Ellen Burstyn. So
Oh, wow.
she was nominated for, I think, Best Supporting Actress for the movie Requiem for a Dream. So, I don't know.
Oh, wow! Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Probably one of the most depressing movies ever made. I rewatched it and it was just a real tough watch. Like, it's just brutal. Like, there's no good vibes throughout the whole movie. Yeah, it's a great Jared Leto, great performance by him. Jennifer Connelly's in it as well, and I think Marlon Wayans is in it as well. Yeah, but she is actually on the rewatch the best part of that movie. Just her, obviously her like spiral. Like they've all got drug problems, but her particular story arc where she like gets invited on the TV show, she's got to lose weight, and she gets on these pills basically that it turns out they're just basically speed. So she becomes a drug addict and loses her mind. So yeah. That's mine.
Well, she was in a movie recently. She was in the Exodus New Beginning.
Yeah.
And famous Big Bomb.
Yeah.
They paid a lot of money for that movie. She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Amazing actress. In the original Exodus, brilliant. And she's also great in Requiem for a Dream. And Jennifer Connelly in that movie. Oh my
So
God.
yeah, there's like the final scene where they're all just getting absolutely like this all their low points. Like Jared Leto's getting his arm cut off. The Ellen Burstyn's character, she's getting shock treatment because she's gone crazy. Jennifer Connelly, she's like at this sex party where she's got a dildo in her butt, and then Marlon Wayans is in jail crying on a thing. It's pretty rough. So I also did I ranked my 3 most depressing movies ever made. So not in any order, but these are the 3 that I'd say: Atonement,
Oh, yeah.
Requiem for a Dream, and I forgot what the other one was. There was a second one. There was a bit of a doubt. But yeah, so yeah, depressing movies, tough watches.
Great note. I thought you were going to select that as the most hated movie. That would be perfect.
That's good. No, I like that. That's good. Wow, Requiem for a Dream. Love it. And you took it an Oscar. That's good. I like that you did that.
There's just certain movies in 2000s because this is during my formative years of like watching movies that just really stuck out, and because it's like an absolute punishable watch, like this is one movie that really stuck out for me.
Yeah. Darren Aronofsky. Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, he's done Black Swan since then. He's also done Noah. He's done Mother.
The Whale.
Your mate, The Whale.
The Whale, baby. The Whale. Anyway. No, like it. My pick now?
Your pick, Kenna.
Of course! Alright, so I've already won. As we're going to pick the best movie of the year 2000.
So speaking of that, so we're going to put this up for a vote, and then the person that wins gets to choose the next draft. So we're going to do one every month from now on.
Best
And
movie.
so Hannah will choose the next draft if she wins, but it won't be happening.
Okay, so I'm picking in the most Hannah movie category. I have to pick because it is definitely 100%. Mission Impossible 2. Now, the reason I would pick this as the most Hannah movie is when I was told that this was the least favorite Mission Impossible movie, which it's not, 3 is. 2 is considered the worst. It's crazy, it's ridiculous. John Woo directing it. There's birds where there shouldn't be birds. It's set they go to Australia and they go to the outback for good Wi-Fi. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous, but I love it, and I'll stand on the ground. It's a lot of fun. It definitely took the Mission Impossible series in a different direction, and I think it's gotten better as time went on, and I think this laid the groundwork. Tom Cruise, peak. He's amazing. He's doing his best. He's badass. And then you have Tani Newton, who is so hot, and and they have such great chemistry in this movie, and that whole beginning moment when they meet each other when she's trying to steal. You have the tap dancing dances. Yes, it's so good. He's just cooking. John Woo is cooking in this movie, and it is an explosive, delicious meal. And you have Sir Anthony Hopkins for 3 minutes of screen time, and that's what you need. And then it has the best line of dialogue right at the end, where he just goes, "Let's get lost," and then they walk away with the Sydney
Let's get
Opera.
lost or last?
No, lost.
No, let's get lost.
Do you remember this movie, Danny?
The thing that sticks out the most about this movie is I think it's the beginning scene, right, where he's rock climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the movie that sticks out the most.
It wouldn't be a vacation.
And then they left something else in the water that they had to get to.
Yeah. So yeah, that was #1 ranked box office worldwide that year too. 546 million.
Wow.
Pretty good box office year
That's
too.
pretty good for that movie.
Hey.
Pretty good box office
Whoa!
year too. We had like over 40 in the category. 46.
Also,
in the
any
category.
movie where they go to the races for no reason at all.
Yeah,
Love
very
it.
slide.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll take it.
So Hannah, what category did you choose?
The
Mission
most
Impossible 2?
Hannah movie. That is.
Give yourself, the most Hannah movie.
It's
Yeah.
it's about dying on a hill, and
Yeah.
I'll die on it.
Uh,
Defending it.
Coming into the third spot, so I get to pick next. I get to 2 picks here.
Lucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose in Oscar nominee, Almost Famous.
What? Wait, really?
Yeah,
No, that's an ass move.
yeah. It's one of my favorite movies of this year. Rewatched it many times. Rewatched it with Hannah recently. It was really good. Kate Hudson was nominated. Cameron Crowe nominated as well. Yeah, what a movie. But sort of autobiographical on Cameron Crowe. He was a Rolling Stone writer as a kid, and it follows his sort of story, and he's following a band with a bunch of groupies, or they call themselves Band-Aids, and Kate Hudson, this is one of her first roles. Like, it's got a better cast. It's got Frances McDormand, Jason Lee, Zoe Deschanel plays the sister, Annette Paquin, Noah Taylor, Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a great role, Billy Crudup, Patrick Fugit is the main kid in this movie. Yeah, I just love this movie. So Cameron Crowe was nominated multiple times, and he ended up winning for Best Writing for a Screenplay. Do you remember this one, Dan?
Not really, not well.
No?
I do not. Yeah,
That iconic scene with Tiny Dancer?
yeah, when they were singing
Yeah.
on the bus, is it?
Yeah. Hannah? You?
For me, I love the plane ride towards the end of the film.
Jimmy Fallon's in that scene here.
Yeah, no, don't love him, but in a sense, it is pretty funny because he says he's like, he kind of, did a hit and run, that guy. It was just a really, really comical and scary moment in the film, and I kind of just love it in a weird way. But yeah, this movie, great soundtrack. Incredible soundtrack.
Great soundtrack. The next movie I'm going to choose is in action. I'm going to choose Gone in 60 Seconds.
What?
How dare you!
So, rewatched this last night, and I just love it. I just love this movie. Michael Bay.
It's just fantastic.
Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm gonna pick it in action. Could have picked it in box office as well.
What did you look at it?
Action. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so Nicolas Cage plays a reformed car thief, but his brother's in trouble and he has to steal all his cars. He's got a bang of cars. Cage with BC.
Christopher Ecclestine's in that. He plays the villain.
Yeah, you've got Delroy Lindo, you've got Robert Duvall, you've got Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Who's
you've
not
got
really
Timothy Olyphant.
she's definitely not the star in it. She's just like a bit of a bit part in this at this stage.
Yeah.
Terrible week. I hate that hair.
Yeah, just I could have got a few different movies in that little category, but yeah, end up going with Gone.
Some great car chases.
Great car chases.
Some great
cars.
some great bad acting.
Yeah. Yeah, just a typical Jerry Bruckheimer movie, just
Great cars.
what a banger, yeah.
I've rewatched this movie a lot. I really like it. It's just the great when they're just collecting the cars and doing it.
Well, I wasn't gonna pick it, and then rewatching it last night, I just had to,
I feel like it reflects this year's movies quite well.
Yeah. So the director was Dominic Senna, who directed California, Swordfish. Just that. Yeah. The last movie was Season of the Witch, was another Nicolas Cage movie. But yeah, just really. Yeah, I was really keen for that. And then Scott Rosenberg, he was a writer of this. Like he did Jumanji and all those movies, stuff like that, Connie and stuff like that. But yeah, Brockham movie, yeah, love it.
Really enjoyed that one. That's my 2 picks.
Back to you, Ken.
I'm kind of shocked you didn't pick another movie to put in your 2. Yeah, I'm shocked that you didn't put. Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought you were gonna. And actually, you're gonna pick something else.
Okay.
No, but
Zach, you know.
I don't want that movie because I was gonna go with my action pick.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I watched
This was an event when this came out.
Yeah.
It was like, and the scene where they're like running on the trees and stuff.
It was nominated for like lots of Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put this in action because I found that the action in this movie is the best part of this movie. The story I don't mind. I just don't love selfish like the main the young girl in it. She's very selfish. I hated her at the end. But in this film, it had some like crazy martial arts action, especially towards the end of this film. Michelle Yeoh's in this. She's absolutely incredible. And has this. They have a beautiful fight, just a crazy, heart-pumping action scene at the end. Towards the end where she's battling, and she's up against the sword. Like, this sword has been, like, everyone's been trying to get it back. And she's up against it. She's definitely the better fighter, but every weapon that goes up against the sword breaks in some weird way. And so she's, like, keeps trying to put on different weapons. She grabs this, like, huge staff, and it's too heavy for her, and so she drops it back down. And it's so... It's just, I find the action so good.
Well, because it was in a sort of martial arts variations, because they had Matrix the year before, and then sort of that kind of kung fu sort of access.
Really
but this directed by Ang Lee, who directed Brokeback Mountain, those great movies.
Okay, yeah.
And starring Michelle Yeoh, but also
Was
starring
this a foreign film?
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah. It also started Chung Yun-fat as well, and he was in some great action movies, but he was also in great English action movies as well. The Replacement Killers, do you remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Sabina? Mate, he's just a great, big Asian martial arts star. So that's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. That was a huge box office hit as well.
Yeah, I was just like, wow. This is the one, I've heard the name a million times, never watched the film, and then I was like, oh.
Oh, there's heaps of references in a lot of movies for this movie as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Danny, you get 2 picks now.
I'm great. Cool. So I'll do drama first. Because I guess this is a drama. It's could have probably chosen it in a comedy maybe as well. But in drama, I'm going to take Chopper.
Wow.
Wow, I did not see that one.
I didn't. Wow, we're curving on this year.
One of my favourite movies, I think. Obviously, Eric Bana stars. There's Chopper, a notorious Australian criminal. He really brings the character to life. It's a great acting. Surprisingly, he didn't actually get nominated because I think it's he's that good in it. He's got some great scenes. Pete, what do you think of Chopper?
I loved it. I saw this at the cinemas. When you turn 18, you go see every single R-rated movie when it comes out. So I was 20 when this came out. 19, sorry. And I raced to the cinemas to see this movie because it was an R-rated movie. And directed by Andrew Dominic, who has done The Outlaw of Jesse Wales. He's done really good movies, like Brad Pitt's worked with him lots. But yeah, just a great cast. Eric Bana, Vince Clausen, plays Neville Bartos. Chopper's don't saw it off, just cut it off,
For all our non-Australian listeners, Australians use this terminology. They'll say "your mate" when they're referring to someone they don't like.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen this used in a movie because he's talking about your mate, and I was just like, God,
We use that all the time.
it's actually So it's pretty dark. It's obviously really dark, but there's like a scene where he's like beating up his like girlfriend who's a prostitute, and like at the beginning you think it's kind of funny, but then the way that the director does it, like in Banner, like it turns really dark really quickly. I thought it was a really good scene.
The fact that this director, his last movie, Hannah, you probably don't remember, but it was Blonde, starring Ana de Armas.
I don't want to remember that, but yeah.
And just absolute, just a drive-by on JFK in that movie.
Yes. On
Have you ever
most
seen
men,
Blonde? It's on Netflix.
most men except one on purpose.
2000 was a good year for Australian actors. You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Rusty and Guy Pearce.
Jeffrey Rush was on there.
What's his name? Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Australian actor.
Oh, there was a couple of ways this draft could have gone, and I was just gonna go all in on Mel Gibson.
Alright, so yeah, that's my drama.
Yeah,
That's
that's
done. I'm
right,
glad I
yeah.
got that one.
Yeah.
So then.
Uncle Chop Chop.
What's that?
Uncle Chop Chop.
Uncle Chop Chop. Evil Bloody Bargains.
Yeah. Get up, mate. You
Um,
gotta go to the hospital. Oh, you're God. You gotta be joking.
And okay, so now I'll do Blockbuster.
Yep.
Now obviously I have to take Gladiator.
Yeah.
Surprised it was still on the board, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
glad it is. It's probably in my top 5 favourite movies of all time, I'd say.
Every
So I've watched it so many times.
every film.
I think we
Yeah, we did it with Ridley Scott draft. That's why I didn't want to draft it, because I drafted
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I don't want to draft the same movies over and over again. My name's like Hannah Mitchell.
I don't.
What?
I've chosen
If you could choose Mission Impossible 2, you chose Mission Impossible 2 as your best Mission Impossible 2 movie. Mission Impossible movie.
because it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So, I love that movie.
As someone who loves movies and also loves history, like it was just like the perfect mixture of everything you kind of want. Sort of based on history, sort of not really. Russell Crowe doing Russell Crowe things, some iconic scenes and stuff.
Re-watching that movie.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I've been saying that. I've been saying that all week. I've been saying that all week. But rewatching that movie, and I just don't know how Ridley Scott didn't win Best Director. Like Steven Soderbergh won for Traffic, and now I know I've talked about that on the Ridley Scott draft, but like that movie only works because of Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott. It doesn't work because of the script, because they didn't have one. They just made it up.
Yes.
And they had to recut that movie because someone died on the screen, you know? Like
what's his name? Lawrence Olivier.
No, Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed.
He
got
died
drunk
during
drinking,
filming. Yeah.
drinking with sailors.
Yeah.
Hilarious. As a tangent, Oscars this year, 2001, were pretty rough. Like the nominations, I thought. Like if you go back and look at them, like there could have been other actors. Like it was basically Gladiator and Erin Brockovich, kind of like
Traffic.
Traffic.
Steve Spade nominated twice.
Yeah.
Great movie.
And then also another tangent. Well, not really, but what are your thoughts? The chances that Gladiator 2 will be good?
Oh, I don't think. How can it be?
Like it's going against Gladiator, and then but it's got an absolutely like pretty solid cast, like really good
Solid.
cast. Yeah, it's got
Solid.
all timer.
Yeah, it's an all-timer.
It's got some of the best people in it.
I just don't see it being good.
Yeah.
Like I loved Last Duel and I loved Napoleon, but no one else did. And I loved House of Gucci too. No one else did as well. I just don't know how. Yeah, who did the script for it? I just don't know. That movie only worked because of Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
And Joaquin Phoenix is evil.
I was going to choose that as my hand at most movie. I think I was going to because of Joaquin Phoenix, but I didn't. So.
You know what? I respect that so much. You didn't do that. I would have also laughed if you did pick it.
But just going back on, Hannah chose the most Hannah movie as her first pick. That says a lot about her.
Well, I wasn't action. Yeah, it's the best action movie, but still.
Good choice, Danny. Okay, Hannah, your choice.
Well, I think it's great. Interesting.
Why are you doing Hannibal?
I've still got Sir Anthony Hopkins in my mind. It's interesting. Since it's still on the board and I'm really scared of my second choice in this category, I'm gonna pick thriller
Yep.
horror thriller, and I'm gonna pick Memento.
Oh, good
I thought Pete was going to take that for sure.
Well, he hadn't, and I was really scared because my second pick on this category I don't love so much, so I was gonna pick Memento.
Again, I was just trying to stay away from it because I've talked Nolan so much.
Yeah, well, he's your
He's
boy.
a Nolan
Yeah,
guy.
no, that's why I've gone a
That-
little bit off
My
kilter with my picks, so,
my
yeah.
note for Memento, I wrote Chris Nolan. I rest my case, and that's what I wrote as my
Guy Pearce?
why I
Guy
picked
Pearce.
it.
How's Guy Pearce not a big star?
I don't know. I think
How is he not a bigger star?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was kind of around his when he was at
It's
his
like
peak
LA
of his powers.
Confidential, this.
Yeah,
Like Rules of Engagement, he was in that too.
yeah.
Same year.
Great American accent in that. Actually.
Yeah.
Great story, and Memento, just a great story. Great. It's Nolan's first movie, yeah.
No,
No, no,
second.
no.
It's second.
and he had that
Yeah,
crime
that-
one.
Crime.
It was that one, Memento, and then he had after
It's great. It's a great twist.
Yeah, Insomnia after Memento.
Did you
Yeah.
rewatch Memento? Pete?
No, we did it last year for the Nolan draft.
It's good. It's
Oh,
honestly,
It's good.
yeah. You
It's
just
great.
you love it, and especially if you go like if you
Following
watch,
was his first movie.
if you go from if you go like if you like Chris Nolan's work now, and then you go back to something like Memento, you can really see how. Something like that was like the building blocks of what he'd future do. Like especially playing with time a lot
Yeah.
because that's the thing he does now all the
Yeah.
time.
Well, Carrie Ann Moss is in this movie as well, and she had a great 2 years. She had Matrix, which she played Trinity, and then she had this.
No, it's a great thriller. You're always questioning. You don't know what's happening, which is also really good in a thriller. And
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, I'm really just shocked Pete can take that.
Yeah, well, I'm just going
he's
with Kevin.
Kevin. He's
Yeah,
Kevin.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go
he's
He's
Kevin.
going
Yeah.
with people's
Horror
classics.
thriller is the probably the weakest category, and I probably should have chosen this earlier because I don't want anyone to choose it.
Yeah.
Final Destination is my
Good choice.
That was my second. I didn't want to have
Devon
it.
Sawyer.
It was a moment, you know.
Yeah.
It was a moment. That was a
Well,
really
they
good
make so
film when
many-
it came.
Yeah. I think they're going to reboot it, but yeah, that movie saw it at the cinemas. The old Maya Center cinemas that you have to go. It was downstairs. It wasn't upstairs. It was downstairs, and yeah, saw heaps of movies down there. It was close to work, and yeah, big fan of Final Destination. Ali Lata, she had a moment. She was in Heroes as well. She also had the cream bikini in Varsity Blues. Yeah, what a Kerr Smith. He had a moment as well. Like he was in Roswell. Yeah, I just really enjoyed that movie. Just the way that he sees his death, then death keeps coming. Like the guy that directed it, he did like a great martial arts movie called The One with Jet Li. Great movie as well. But yeah, Final Destination. Like it's not a great year for thriller. Like I'll do some honorable mentions. I watched a couple of thrillers just to try and sort this one out. But yeah, Final Destination is my number one pick.
Yeah, I love that it has just made money and scored.
Yeah.
A lot. Like it really is like. It's an interesting thing because it's the horror thriller. Because it plays on both. This movie, and the fact that horror is all about usually it's like jump scares or we're running from something, but literally it is like the death is coming and you kind of like it's gonna come and
Yeah.
you're just waiting for that inevitable hit.
It's just like Sean William Scott in this one, Tony Todd's in this one, like just really good 90s, 2000 actors.
I love.
I just love like far-fetched ways that people get killed and like and as you watch these Final Destination movies, like the stakes go up and up and up. But like as a guy that doesn't mind flying but not a big fan of it, like freaking out before getting on a flight and then getting kicked off. Like this would be another with our way. This is before 9/11 as well. So like creating a fuss on the plane, you have to create a huge fuss to get kicked off a plane. And so yeah, it made it a real interesting. Yeah, it was just an interesting story. Great trailer to this movie as well.
Dumb ways to die, baby.
So Mike, I get another pick,
Yeah.
which is great for me.
I think middle is the worst, eh? Having 2 picks in a row is always good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Just-
The
Yeah.
middle, like you kind of like you have to go off whatever happened before. Like you're like, oh, that happened. All right.
Yeah, it's called drafting.
Okay, so what to do now? I think I'm going to go comedy, and there's a couple of different picks I can go here, but I'm going to go the safe option, and I'm going to go Where Brother We're Out There. Now, this movie, laughed out loud rewatching this movie.
Yes.
Laughed out loud. George Clooney playing a bubbling fool, just hilarious. George Turturro in this. They play a group of mates that are running from the law,
Are they musicians?
pretending to be musicians.
But can actually, like, George Clooney belts out some good songs in this.
Yeah, but he's mimicking it. He's miming it. He's not having him singing it.
Yeah.
But it's great soundtrack. You know, unbelievable soundtrack. Just laugh out loud funny, and like rewatching comedies. Like, yeah, at the time, so many great comedies, and like I don't want to steal you guys' thunder, but like, rewatching them this time, I was like, yeah, it's funny, but like, Where Brother We're Out There, hilarious.
Did you rewatch this? Or you just
Yeah. No, I rewatched this and I was still laughing at it. Holly Hunter, who plays the brother's George Clooney's wife, she's just amazing in this. I just love her in this movie. She's just so good. Just a Coen Brothers movie. Just legendary. Just like I just love the collection of actors they always have. Like Tim Blake Nelson's always in this. John Goodman's in this. You know. Charles Durning, who's always in like those movies as well. And this is like a box office hit as well. It just cracked my funny bone, you know. Especially when they're like getting at the end where they get flooded, and it's just, I don't know why. And then he thinks he found the ring, and then he gives the ring, and it's not the ring. It's just, I don't know. That really cracks me up. And then they play with like racists. Mucking around with like racists and stuff like that, like just Ku Klux Klan guys, they're always poking fun at them. Always fucking with me. That's my pick in comedy.
Excellent choice.
Great. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to pick that. Yeah, interesting.
There's a different draft here. I'll go through it.
I think all of us have like the weirdest draft we picked more so like we've thought about the 2000s. Like we could pick the obvious choices, but like come on, there's so much more here.
Yeah. That's what I was really surprised about this draft. Yeah, so
I think it is that kind of thing where it's like not the main movies that are actually the best part of this year. It's the like ones that are next below.
The memories and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Anna, your pick.
Me, I'll go in the about the worldwide 100 million category. And I'm gonna go with How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Wow.
I love, like, this is a Christmas classic, childhood. Jim Carrey. I mean, he's iconic in this movie. He literally, like, it's such a great performance because he had to have, like, actual special, like, I think it was SEAL training, because the makeup he had to wear for this movie was so suffocating. It was like he was being tortured. And so he actually had to get like serious training for it because he wouldn't have survived. It was like a week of it and he just couldn't do it. And then it's really funny because you can see him actually do the face by itself without the makeup, and he can do that. It's crazy. Also, Martha Mayhew, the mayor's wife, absolutely amazing. I think it's Leonard's mother in Big Bang Theory. She is incredible. Martha Mayhew. Great shout out. It's just a beautiful, like it's the classic Dr. Seuss, tale, told wonderfully. Like the set and everything about this movie just looks great. I don't know, Christmas vibes. You know, about a guy who's salty about everything. I understand that. Like, especially it's like everyone's happy. It's like I just want to be at home. Oh, like you know, and with my dog, it was fine. But
directed by Ron Howard.
Love Ronnie Howard.
Apollo 13, EdTV. Taylor Momsen's in this as the young girl, and she played Jenny on Gossip Girl.
Don't even say Forrest Gump,
Wrong Jenny.
There's only one Jenny.
I've seen this movie once. I was a big Jim Carrey fan.
I think I've seen it once. I can't remember.
Yeah, big Jim Carrey fan, but yeah, just Yeah.
There's a better Jim Carrey movie in this year.
Yeah, maybe it might come out later. Okay, so before you pick yours, Danny, why don't you give a recap of what you've chosen so far?
Well, I deleted all of
No,
mine.
no, I've got yours. Okay, so in drama you've chosen Chopper, in Oscar nominee you've chosen Requiem for the Dream, and in blockbuster you've chosen Gladiator.
Would
So
you
you've
say
got
I'd
left-
say I'm winning
No.
comfortably?
No.
Comfortably. I'm
I mean,
winning
if you-
comfortably right
Man,
now.
our
I'm-
fans
It's not
in
even
America,
close.
no one's ever heard of Chopper.
I
So
think
you've got,
Gladiator is the safest pick on that list.
So
Even though Requiem Dream's notable.
so you've got action, comedy, horror, thriller, and the most Hannah movie to choose. So you get 2 picks right now, Danny.
So what action?
Yeah, comedy, horror, thriller, and the most Hannah pick.
Action. Action. Alright, and comedy. Okay.
Great
Alright.
podcasting, right?
Yeah, great podcasting. Okay, so because I wanted to have a talk about my Vin Diesel theory, I'm going to choose in horror thriller Pitch Black.
Pitch Black.
So it's
Didn't think that was going to be taken today.
it was actually a movie I watched when I remember it coming out. And I was like, I loved it, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Vin Diesel got another movie.
Watch this?
What's that?
Did
I
you
did
rewatch
rewatch this. Yeah, it wasn't very good, but that's not the point. It's got horrible,
it. This
horrible CGI. And
This
then
is made in
some
Australia
bad
too,
acting.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It's got the main chick's Australian in it.
Oh, a lot
Her
of it
name
is made in
It was filmed in
Australia.
South Australia.
Oh.
But anyway, so another movie Vin Diesel came
Right,
out this
Mitchell.
year. Boiler
No.
Room, right?
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah.
So he's coming off Saving Private Ryan,
Mhm.
right? So he had a fork in the road moment where he was, because Pitch Black he is playing Dominic Toretto, the early version of Dominic Toretto, but in Boiler Room he's actually acting. So he had this choice, which happened in this year, I reckon, where he chose to either go, he could have been a real actor playing maybe it's kind of like a Sam Rockwell kind of character actor, or he could have just been Dominic Toretto, and he chose Dominic Toretto.
Did you choose wisely?
Yes, he did.
Money.
Yeah, money, right? Because there was like, so this there's a sequel to Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
He just also did Triple X, I think, a
Yeah.
couple of years later, and then did
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
Well, so a little bit of background. This was written and directed by just a great screenplay writer here.
Yeah.
And the guy that wrote, The Fugitive directed this movie and wrote this movie,
Oh, yeah.
and it also wrote G.I. Jane.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. David Toohey. Yeah. Pitch Black was good. Yeah.
You have a defender here.
Yes!
Pitch Black
Yes!
is good.
This is it!
You actually
This is
have
great! Thank you!
You have a defender.
Yes! Thank you, Hubert.
Why
I
is the
appreciate
defender?
it.
Ragnarok.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like a sci-fi movie. They just get stuck on a planet, and it doesn't make sense. But these aliens, and they come out at
Yeah.
night, and he can only see it
It's at night.
So yeah,
And you know who was this Cole Hauser, who was in the Good Will Hunting, but is also in Yellowstone now.
Yeah.
And Keith David, who is just a legend.
Keith David. Love him.
What a legend.
Love him. Love him. Love him.
Good choice, Danny.
yeah.
Different choice. Yeah, really different choice.
And then what was that action? So what have I got left?
No, that was horror.
horror.
You chose
That was horror. Oh, okay. Now I'll do action.
Yep.
So I'm gonna choose Battle Royale.
Oh, cool.
Battle
I
Royale.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to watch this one, but yes.
So it is based.
That's a good pick.
So this is what they ripped Hunger Games off. This is like a Japanese movie made in 2000. It's about it's basically a book that they turned into a movie. It's about and it's a dystopian future, and these kids get sent onto an island, and the last kid left alive is a winner. So yeah, pretty brutal movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, some great death scenes. Pretty good because I like reading. Obviously, pretty good rendition of what the book is.
Mhm.
Yeah, it didn't get released in I don't think into English for ages, for like 10 years, because the director was worried about it getting ripped off or like copyright or not getting money or something like that.
I
I
mean,
haven't seen this movie. I'm gonna watch it. Did you rewatch it?
Yeah, I can't remember. You have to sign up to a subscription, and then you have to get another subscription through that subscription.
Oh wow.
And maybe Apple TV you have to, like,
Yeah.
you know, they've got like subs that you have to sign up to. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna watch that one. I'll watch it.
Modi or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch it.
Yeah,
That sounds
that's-
like-
I was going to also choose that as maybe my hand movie because I feel like that is It's like that's Andy's vibe.
Yeah, dystopian future.
Like,
Kids murdering each other is
Oh,
probably
that's
my vibe.
Hannah Cannon.
I
That's Hannah
literally-
Cannon right there.
I love me.
Okay, Hannah,
Royale.
you have chosen so far in action Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Mhm.
in horror thriller Memento, in blockbuster you've chosen How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and the most Hannah movie, which is the most Hannah pick, which is the most Hannah reason to choose a movie first because you're choosing Hannah, is Mission Impossible 2. So Hannah, you've got left
Drama.
Oscar nominee, comedy, and drama.
Okay, I feel safe in my comedy, so I'll go drama. I'll go drama. Yeah, I'll go drama. And I'm going to pick Billy Elliot, is what I'm going to pick. I watched this and oh my god, I was like, wow!
how many of these movies did you watch for the first time?
Most of them I've watched for the first time. The only ones were Gladiator I'd seen and Memento, but that's because I saw them last year for drafts. Like a lot of, if they weren't a kids movie, I don't think I'd watch them until like years later. Like that's the vibe. Billy Elliot, I really did enjoy. Jamie Bell plays this. He is
Jamie Bell
from.
is so good.
Pete had an amazing point. Can you say what your point was?
Well,
about Jamie
I
Bell?
think Jamie Bell is a more successful version of Tom Holland. He's just a more accomplished actor. He's just in better movies, and they both played Billy Elliot, both his kids
Tom Holland did on
on
stage.
stage. Jamie Bell is just having a great life. I think he's
such
like
a-
married to one of the Mara sisters.
Oh, yeah.
He's just living
He
the
is
dream.
living the dream.
He, like that movie, All of Us Strangers.
Oh, that
he was
guy, he's-
so good. He was in that movie with Hayden Christensen, the jumper.
Jump Out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
great movie that one.
Yeah, he didn't have a great time.
Snowpiercer.
He didn't have a great time doing the Fantastic Four movie, but you know,
We don't. Yeah.
Like-
we don't talk about that.
just don't talk about that. But like Stephen Daldry did this. He did The Reader. He did The Hours.
Really
I
good.
really enjoy it. This movie like made me cry as a kid. You know, about a father son. You know, Julie Walters in this.
Julie Walters.
He's in like
Yeah.
a working class town and he wants to be a dancer and like it's so against everything that his whole family stood
his
for.
father and
Yeah.
his brother like just don't. I like that it is very like British, like actual. It feels kind of realistic. The dialogue and some of the things that they're doing, like it feels like that.
Britain
time.
does a movie one of like these every 2 years. Like it's just so good. You know,
Yeah.
Full Monty was like on the lines of this as well. You know, just Billy Elliot, great choice, Hannah.
I love the dancing. I love the music. His inspiration, you know, there's a bit where he's like, Fred Astaire, put on the Ritz, anything that has musicals in it.
Well, I think
I
Jamie Bell was. There's two Fred Astaire picks going back.
yes, there
They're
is.
doing a fight.
Tom
I think
Holland's doing one.
Tom
of them.
Holland's the one. I think Jamie Bell's on the other. Like it's
Yeah, I think so.
it's gonna be interesting.
I
It'll be-
would. I
You know,
cannot
let's
wait.
talk about marketing, market corrected.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, maybe Tom Holland is Mark Rick and Jamie Bell.
Could have been something there.
Yeah, could have been.
I mean, it's fine.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, so halfway through, I've chosen Oscar nominee, almost famous
I think
comedy.
so.
We're Brother We're Out Now. We're
We
Brother
could
We're
have
Out
done
Now.
worse.
Horror thriller, Final
It's a
Destination.
train wreck.
So I get two picks now. In the action, I chose Gone with 6 Seconds as well. So I've got drama left, blockbuster, and the most Hannah movie. I'm going to go first off. I'm going to go blockbuster, and I cannot believe this movie hasn't been taken.
Castaway.
No,
Erin Brockovich.
no. Perfect Storm. Now I'm going back
I
to back.
did have that in my.
I'm going back to back Clooney here, which you know I'm a
Oh,
big
yeah.
fan of the Clooney dog. Great Batman.
Is
Not-
Mark Wahlberg in this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's directed by Wolfgang Peterson.
Yeah.
Diane Lane's in this. Mary Elizabeth Mastrantoni,
Yes.
who was in Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, class action, great movies like that. She rewatched that Thriller. Yeah, January Man. She was in that as well, which is really strange that movie. But Perfect Storm. John C. Reilly's in that movie as well. Yeah,
He is.
so it's about fishermen that go and try and fish. Yeah. They go and
get a big catch, and they're trying to get it back, and then they're trying to go back through a storm, and it's the perfect storm. And then you've got also like coast guards in there. Man, what a bang!
It's a scene where they go into the eye of the storm, man.
Yeah. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So that
I
is
did not see the ending of this movie coming.
yeah. Well, Hannah, because we're at work, and Hannah was watching the movie, and she goes, "Oh, this movie's good." You know, then it all ends well.
I
doesn't it?
thought it was like there's a Simpsons episode that
Based on a true story.
the Simpsons episode does does this movie where Bart and Homer do fishing, and I was like, oh, so it's gonna be like the ending of the Simpsons episode where they come back.
I said, yeah, sure.
I burst out. It's not what you think, guys. You know what to think.
Hannah was not happy when I didn't tell her that it didn't end poorly. Like just went off at me, and she was in tears, absolute tears, and I loved it. I really, yeah, great movie, great movie. Next drama. I just want a clarification if I can choose this movie as in drama. Let me just have a look.
We can also verify if
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, no, I just want to see what the IMDb recommendation for this movie is, if it is in drama. Let me just have a look. I should have probably done this before, but I've really taken some liberties here.
I've seen it. I can classify this drama.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really drama.
yeah. So I'm gonna
Well,
choose.
no,
It's a
more of
dramedy.
It's
No,
a thriller.
It's a dark. You could call it a dramedy
Yeah.
in a way. So it's a dark dramedy.
I wanted my cake and eat it too here, because I was gonna choose this as a thriller.
Well, like the movie.
I was gonna choose this as a thriller, but it's a good drama. American Psycho, starring the great Christian Bale
That's a
as
good
Patrick Bateman, Justin Theroux, Josh Lucas, Kirsten Dunst, not Kirsten Dunst, Reese Witherspoon, Chloe Sevigny. Yeah, just
It's
I
a
love
great
this movie. And rewatching this movie, banger soundtrack. Yeah,
Jeremy Dolan.
Jared Leto.
So this
Yes.
is the scene I remember most of this movie where you see it quite a bit actually on social media where they're all showing off their business cards.
Iconic. Absolutely iconic. There's a terrible sequel to this movie, starring Mila Kunis as well. You should not see that movie. It is not good.
No, I know about it. I know what happens with it.
What about the fact that William Dafoe is a detective? Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like Willem Dafoe. You think he's crazy, kooky, but no, he's the straight man in this.
So one of the movies I was going to choose and one of the things was Boondock Saints.
Oh yeah.
He plays the detective.
Yeah, it does. I highly enjoyed this movie.
It's-
Based on a novel.
Yeah,
Just so
it's also
good.
very popular now as well. Been unified.
Yeah, it's definitely made it wasn't like a big box office success or anything like that. It made Christian Bale a star, and we got he was channeling Bruce Wayne in this as Patrick Bateman, I reckon.
Doesn't he channel certain people?
Oh, Donald Trump.
Yeah, Donald Trump and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
used influences. Yeah.
So that's my two choices. Hannah, you're next.
My next choice, interesting. So I have comedy and Oscar. I'll go with my Oscar pick, so I'll leave my comedy last. My Oscar pick is Chocolate. I'm gonna go with.
Oh wow.
I like this film. It's so weird that it was. I love the fact that it is nominated in this weird Oscar period where you have movies it's up against Gladiator, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Traffic, and then you have a movie like Chocolate and Aaron Brockovich, and you have this movie where it's about just a mother and daughter, move into this town, right? That they open a chocolate shop during Lent. And they know they're gonna get pushback, but she's like, I don't care. And so she's kind of trying to get the people of the town to like her because she's, been moving from place to place. She's never really found home. And slowly the town tries to, start to like her. But the mayor of the town, which is Jocko Afamolina, he's just he doesn't want to do anything harsh, but he's still like, oh, I'm gonna, start spreading, like, I find out some information about her, and then I'm gonna spread it around town like a weirdo, and then he does his influence, and towards the end of this film, when he goes through his arc, he's like, he then ends up crying in chocolate, like he's rolling around in chocolate and crying, and I'm just like, that's Doc Ock, just looking at the makeup.
Like,
He's lost his mind, and it's so good.
Carrie Moss is in this movie again as well. Like
Yep.
she was in Memento. Just the double movies. Like just people doing 2 movies this year. Like there's a lot of that. Judi Dench in this one as well.
Yes.
Directed by the same guy that did Who's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like yeah, just-
well.
yeah, good pick.
Also,
He was Johnny Depp's in there as well.
yeah, Depp is in it. He comes halfway through the film, just by being in the poster.
Lives on a houseboat.
Yeah, he's a traveling Irish salesman in the and he just works. I always see him as sickly Victorian Depp or pirate Depp. So to see him as charming Depp was it was different for me, and it worked. It just works in this film. And I'm kind of glad because he doesn't overtake. He's just being, I don't know, just an Irish guy. That's what he's doing. And
Amazing.
everyone's shooting subtle but very nice performances. It's very cute, very sweet. Makes you want to eat chocolate. There you go. Good
Yeah.
vibes.
That's great. Yeah, well,
Your final 2 picks.
yeah, comedy and Hannah. So I'll leave Hannah obviously last. Comedy. Okay, I've got a couple of sections. I don't know. I'm gonna do it because it's a favorite movie of mine. I'm gonna choose in comedy Snatch.
Oh, that is, great pick.
Yeah, I mean,
Incredible.
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie.
Second
Prob-
movie.
Second one, but after Lock, Stock, but probably more famous. Like
Yeah.
I think Lock, Stock built up a little bit of like,
Snatches.
and then
Snatches
Snatch really hit it. And yeah, do you like Dags?
Brad Pitt
Dags.
playing
Yeah, I
Gypsy.
like dogs.
Amazing, amazing in
Just
this.
some great scenes in it. Jason Statham. It's got like what's his name? Someone. Then he's in all the. He's in all he's a former soccer player.
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones.
Yes.
He was in Gone with 6 Seconds too.
Yeah, he was.
He is, yeah.
The scene, there's that scene with the hounds. That's pretty iconic. The boxing scene where he's like, because his mum's just been killed. He's like wasted, and he knocks him out. And then that is good. Peak Brad Pitt around there.
Yeah,
it was like at the
so
height of his
famous.
powers.
Yeah, and like this was like a sort of like departure for him, and people loved that movie when it first came out. Just Brad Pitt being different as playing a gypsy, and bare knuckle boxer and stuff like that. Yeah, just Guy Ritchie's movies, like just how they unfold, like
A lot of
and just like dumb criminals doing dumb stuff together.
What's his name? Del Toro's in there.
Yeah, with all
Boris the Bullet Dodger.
yeah, great names,
Yeah.
great accents in this movie.
No, 100%. Like, a lot of people when they thought that like their first Guy Ritchie movie, it's this one, and it's usually their favorite as well. And I like recently in the Gentleman TV series, I thought like there's a part where he meets very similar like in Snatch when he goes to the caravans and stuff. Like there's that bit in the new TV series, and I feel like it just reminded me of Snatch. Like I was like, oh, wow. Like I like that.
The fact that Stephen Graham is in this movie as well, I just love that guy. He's just been in a lot of great movies recently, and he's going to play the villain in Venom: Let There Be Carnage as well.
Oh,
That trailer dropped this week, and
Last Dance.
wow, yeah, wow. He was in Let There Be Carnage, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great choice, Danny. Like, if I could pick any movie that would say that what is you, Snatch would be you.
I actually watched I watched Meet the Parents today. I don't know if you guys rewatched that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's really good.
Just not a fan of De Niro.
As someone who loves movies, like you've got to get over this.
No.
Yeah.
And you know,
He's in so many iconic movies, and I know you say he's acted in a whole heap of garbage. Let himself down, but he's
what's
in
one of
so
his good movies?
What's one of the good movies?
Yeah.
Godfather 2.
Well, he's not the main character in the movie.
But Pacino steals that movie.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver.
Don't like that movie.
You
It's
don't like that movie?
it's fine.
Not fair.
Is he?
Goodfellas, but it's
Goodfellas.
Joe Pesci's movie.
Yeah, but you can't just because it's someone else's movie.
Ray
Doesn't
Liotta's
mean
better in
he,
it as well.
it doesn't mean he's not, not. It's not good.
Sure.
At it. He's not.
Let's talk about a really good actor, Dennis Farina, who's in Snatch. Amazing. Love Dennis Farina. We plays like the douchey guy in Get Shorty. How good is Dennis Farina? I loved him, and I love him.
Oh
in
yeah, he's
Snatch.
great. He plays. Is it Arnie?
Cousin Arby.
Cousin Arnie.
Yeah, amazing. Sorry, technical difficulties here.
Technical difficulty.
Okay, so
Is this it?
yeah,
Hey.
No, this still works.
You can
What's
see.
it?
yeah, so is.
Yeah.
Okay, Danny. Your
Okay.
last pick.
Okay, so obviously the movie that best represents
Senna.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is it. This is it.
This is it.
So,
I'm scared.
so this movie, what I was going to do is I was going to choose a movie that best reflected Hannah's movie choices today.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So my movie is Battlefield Earth. widely considered the worst movie
Oh
ever
my
made.
god!
Yeah, it's like John Stephen Fry.
Who's
Yeah.
in that movie?
It's John Travolta, Forrest
Yeah.
Whitaker. It's
Oh.
I think it's like kind of like Stargate, Paul Man Stargate
It
maybe.
is,
Yeah.
yes, it
It's
is.
written by the.
So it's written by Hubbard.
Hubbard.
So and I didn't realise that that's the Scientology connection with
Yeah.
John Travolta. I'm like I could understand Travolta doing, but then I'm like Forrest Whitaker. Why did you do that?
Barry Pepper's in this movie as well.
The main character I can't remember. He's the sniper from Saving Private Ryan. What's his name?
Barry Pepper.
Yeah. They're the main
Wow.
character. Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Wow.
Wow.
You know what?
I was gonna do a nice.
No, I kind of like that.
Yeah,
It
that's-
makes sense.
wow.
Defending the undefendable, you know? And really, when you look at this
So
movie,
I obviously watched the game, and it's as bad as
No.
yeah. It's just
I don't
it's just
know.
a weird movie. It's just a real random.
I don't know why
like-
John Travolta. Oh, I don't know why John Travolta chose it because it's Scientology, but anyway. Okay, Hen, you go.
me.
Comedy.
Fine.
Comedy, Hen.
Comedy. Oh, comedy. Yes. I'm saving this. I know because no one would pick it, and this is a classic. I picked Emperor's New Groove. Disney.
Wow.
Disney, struggled in the 2000s, but I find that when they were doing comedy, this is at its best. This movie went through so many scripts, and it struggled for many years. But David Spade is very funny in this movie. John Goodman plays like the lovable, like grumpy Archer, and these two. What happens is David Spade's character is Cusco. He's the emperor. Anyway, he's kind of a loser. He basically wants to demolish parts of the place and build like swimming pools for himself and statues. Blah 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 blah. His like royal attendant thing, Yzma. She basically then puts her magic potion on it, turns him into a llama, and he needs to get the antidote, and unfortunately he gets stuck. But Pacha takes care of him, and then it becomes this buddy cop movie where Pacha's trying to get like, don't demolish my house, don't do that, like, this place is good, and get him to be a better emperor. And then he's also learning just to be an actual person, and it's very funny. And Patrick Warburton will be remembered for two things: Joe from Family Guy, and Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. There's just no way. Great spin-offs, great comedy. Disney, probably this is the best 2000 movie they had. When you go through that lot, this is
The guy that did Garfield had something to do with this movie as well.
the recent Garfield, yes.
Emperor's New Groove, is that it?
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove, yeah. It is a bona fide classic. It really is. It still holds up. It's very funny.
So my last pick is Hannah, most Hannah movie as well, and I might know her a little bit. So I was going to go down one path here, and I'll talk about it once I make my choice. But I came up with something last night in the car, and it's perfect for Hannah. My movie is Castaway. Any movie that you can speak to a ball for half of it
and sort of be a coherent story, that's Hannah. She talks to inanimate objects all the time, and somehow it makes more sense talking to inanimate objects than she does talking to me. So Castaway,
Okay.
Good choice.
starring Helen Hunt.
Starring Helen Hunt. The wife of a man who disappears.
Yeah.
Comes back.
Also stars Tom Hanks. Helen Hunt had a great year. She had 3 movies.
But you're missing the main star of the show.
Wilson.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah, that's Hannah.
Wilson!
That's Helson's
me.
friend. Tom Hanks in this movie, like the big transformation from like tubby to like just he was jacked.
Do you think if you love someone as much as she loved him, you know, you would move?
Yeah, but
But what if he comes back? Could you
No.
not put aside the new one?
No one thought
Why
he was
not?
gonna survive. Everyone
Yeah,
else
but what if
did.
like he's
Oh.
back, but he does come back.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you be like, hey mate, I appreciate it. We've been together, say they've probably only been together maybe 4 years potentially married.
Oh yeah, but
Put, him
she's had
put the new guy aside. Hey, I'm back.
no,
And then
she's
he
had
would
a
understand
kid
because you know.
with- No, but she's had a kid with her. No, you can't leave the kid. She's
That's-
So
moved on.
will that just
That's
well,
also
does that mean that the love
That's
wasn't
makes
as
sense.
tense as they
No,
thought
of
it was?
course. They weren't made for each other.
They weren't.
No, they weren't.
Well, no, because
Why? Because she got remarried.
Yeah.
hearts can change, that kind of thing. But is that
She didn't believe.
if you want a movie where someone gets cast away and comes back and they fall in love, it's called Move Over Darling, starring Doris Day, where she comes back after 5 years and he's remarried, but only for one day.
Again.
And then, but at the end, he gets back with her because he's like the new wife. Not that great.
Okay. Honorable mentions. Alright, Daddy, you got any honorable mentions? Who more
Aaron
we
Brockovich.
Aaron Brockovich, not
No.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traffic, not mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember the Titans, not
Titans,
mentioned.
yeah. I mean, those are probably the 3 like biggest films of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not mentioned.
Remember the Titans is wow.
There was a movie that I was going to choose for the most Hannah movie, and it's called The Contender. It stars Joan Allen, Jeff Bridges, and it's about a president picking the first vice president because the vice president dies, and he's picking a woman. And she has a way to get out of a bind that she's in, but she's principled and doesn't want to mention the reason why. Hannah is the most principled person I know, and so I was going to choose Contender, but that's a great movie, The Contender. You haven't seen that. Jeff Bridges was nominated for it. Sam Elliott's in it. Great movie.
X-Men.
X-Men.
X-Men,
Yeah.
yeah, I had
And
it.
that was
I had
like,
it just in
because
case.
that's like, yeah. This was a great,
Yeah.
great year for Australian actors.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
The Kid, Bruce Willis. Bring It On, not mentioned.
Yeah.
Cent-
Romeo Must Die, not
Center
mentioned.
stage.
Croupier. Have you ever seen that movie, Croupier?
No.
No, Clive Owen stars as a croupier and he does some dodgy stuff. He's writing a book in the underbellies of London.
Nutty Professor 2.
Yeah, the cops.
Well, as a comedy, this wasn't actually a banger movie, scary movie.
Yeah.
It started it all.
Yeah.
Family Man with Nicolas Cage and Tia Leone, not mentioned. Ladies Man. Have you ever seen that movie? It's like Tim Meadows does like it's very funny. What else mentioned? We only glancingly mentioned Meet the Parents. What Lies Beneath? I was going to choose that as my thriller.
Yeah, great.
Great. Total weird ending.
It's
Really
right up your alley.
Yeah.
That's Village actually, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
It is.
Robert Zemeckis did that movie, and he also did Castaway the same year.
Is that,
Wow.
Michelle Pfeiffer,
and
Harrison Ford.
yeah.
yeah.
Whoa.
Unbreakable was this movie year. Charlie's Angels.
Rules of Engagement only because it's Samuel Jackson and Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Jones.
Another movie that I
And
was.
it's a courtroom drama right up
Yeah.
your alley.
You know another thing that I was going
It's
to
a
do.
cool man's version of
Fugger Man.
Yeah.
You know what? Another thing I was going to do. I was going to do the double Mel Gibson and just get cancelled.
yeah.
And I was going to choose The Patriot and What Women Want. I had them as my
It really
Picks.
was.
Patriot is like it's another
Yeah.
movie from my childhood where I just remember it.
Heath
Quite-
Ledger.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Daddy, I'll say anything to make you don't go away because she hasn't talked for years. I'll just every time just cry. I've watched that movie so many times. It was directed by the guys that did Independence Day. Yeah, just a great year of movies. Love revisiting these. Any other ones we missed, Dan?
No, I can't remember any.
Henry?
We didn't talk about Chicken Run.
Chicken Run?
Oh, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
Like
Me,
it's like
Myself.
actually kind of was like it's really
That's
cringe,
Jim-
but yeah,
yeah,
it's
Jim
pretty
Carrey had
hilarious.
that.
It's got a pretty like if you like actually say what the storyline
Yeah.
is, it's pretty hilarious.
Space Cowboys.
571.
You never picked 13 Days?
Yeah. Kevin Costner, JFK.
Miss Congeniality, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, that did.
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah.
One
Yes.
Midnight. Whole 9 Yards. The Shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Road Trip.
Men of Honor.
Road Trip.
No, Road Trip.
Road Trip.
That's
The
what
one with Tom Green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the scene with the
Yeah. Mouses.
the moose.
Have you ever seen Men of Honor starring
Yes.
great
That's
Robert De
great.
Niro? Get up on the line, cookie! I love Proof of Life, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I'll live for that movie. Meg Ryan, they had an affair on that movie. Great story.
How did they actually?
Yeah, they did.
And Peter's proud to this day.
Love that. High Fidelity, not mentioned. Yeah, that's it. That is it for the draft. We'll post in the next couple of days. You can vote, and then the winner will choose the next draft that we do. So let's recap. Let's recap the selections. End the show with the recap. So we start off with Hannah, the person that this one was about.
Before the last one.
Action.
Before we do that, can I just say?
Comments? Yeah.
There was a lonely wolf dude who commented, Danny really out here winning the draft. Pete has a hell of a pick to win. And Hannah dead in the water, no winning for her.
Wow.
I think they have.
Lone Wolf is totally wrong there because Danny's got no chance with this draft. Some of the movies that never heard Battle Royale. So Hannah chose first. She chose middle, and Hannah was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in action. Drama, Billy Elliot. Oscar nominee, Chocolat. Comedy was Emperor's New Groove. Horror thriller was Memento. Blockbuster was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and the most Hannah movie, which she chose first, which is the most Hannah pick ever, Mission Impossible 2. Danny was the first choice, and he had action battle royale, drama chopper, Oscar nominee Requiem for a Dream, comedy snap. I can't believe these movies. Horror thriller, Pitch Black, Blockbuster, Gladiator, and most Hannah movie Battlefield Earth.
The
Wow.
Battlefield Earth one is such a twist.
Wow. I chose In Action, Gone in 60 Seconds, drama, American Psycho, Oscar nominee, Almost Famous, comedy, Where Brother Without Thou, Oh Brother Without Thou, horror thriller, Final Destination, blockbuster, Perfect Storm, and the most Hannah movie, The Castaway.
Yours are really interesting. I really like yours as well.
Well, so I won.
I don't think so.
How are people going to be able to vote? Are you gonna like make it so that people can't vote so you win?
What are you talking
last
about?
time?
What are you
Are
talking
you going
about?
to do that again?
Talking about
You have to like
Says
sign up to something, or you have to go through some weird voting
Oh
system.
no!
You did on YouTube where you had to get subscribers to
Yeah,
our page.
that was the worst way to do it because you knew.
And our subscribers would support us.
You should, if you're going to put out voting, it should be over all your platforms.
Okay,
And
but
then
then,
we collate all the votes.
then you
Yeah.
put all the votes and then you divide it.
Divided by what?
And it has to be weighted towards
Figure
Instagram.
minuscule.
He's a funny man. We'll put it up somewhere. We'll promote it through social media.
I think I made Bonnie sign up to YouTube
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
to say
And
that she
still
had
lost.
to vote. Yeah.
still lost. So you can catch us on a podcast as well if you missed it, if you're coming through late at the end. On the channel next week, we interrupt regular program. We're going to review Acolyte, which should be good. Heaps of movies come out this week. Bad Boys, Hitman, The Watchers, also Mother's Instinct, which I watch, is just a great movie. It's so great. Let's recap that movie. Movie news, we're continuing our cinema experience. This time it's the candy bar and the candy bar selections.
Yeah.
And next week on AFI Top 100 is Bush Cassidy the Sundance Kid. And if you missed last week's episode of AFI Top 100, it was Silence and Lambs. It was a really good episode. Great listen. So if you're ever bored, listen to that one.
Just one final thing. Bonnie just messaged me saying, "How did you go?" I said, "Great, got the W."
you don't know yet. I technically did because I got Mission Impossible 2, so I won.
It's not happening.
It's a ball in my ground.
Thanks everyone for watching.
I will say I probably should have picked X-Men instead of the Grinch.
Yeah, I just can't believe X-Men didn't get
But
picked.
I don't know.
But you know, I can see why, because Brian Singer directed it. Long live cinema, everyone. That is my lovely co-host Hannah. That is my colleague, Just Fine Boy, Danny McCarthy. Great drafting. Can't wait for the next draft next month. And it's bye for now.